Hi, I'm Ernesto Holguin, CEO and founder of OTEN Medical. We are a medical device company creating a telemonitoring device that would monitor diabetic wounds from home. Diabetes affects 30 million Americans. 1 out of 5 end up developing diabetic foot ulcers, and there's a 50% amputation rate. And studies show that half of those that have one foot or leg amputated will lose the other one within 5 years. Also, diabetes care costs the U.S. Americans $327 billion annually. The challenges are the demand for healthcare personnel is rising, making it difficult for patients to be seen on a regular basis. Another factor is lack of transportation and family support. Poor vision and neuropathy hinders proper monitoring, and diabetics tend to wait 30 to 45 days to be physically examined, and it is during this time the patients are being readmitted, treating prolonged infections that lead to gangrene and amputations. Current solutions and outcomes: diabetic education for everyone, wound care, 1 out of 5 patients, amputations, 86,000 annually. Market validation: as you can see, diabetes, foot ulcers, and amputation have been increasing steadily since 1980, all the way to 2015. Diabetes market size: 100 million US Americans have diabetes and prediabetes. 60 to 70% are diagnosed with diabetic neuropathy, and over 6 million with DFUs annually. Our diabetics market size lies within the supply section of it, which entails $35.5 billion annually. The solution is my device, the DiFObot. It would appropriately and safely dry feet, inhibiting bacterial growth, which reduces the risk of maceration and cracking, which is a gateway for infection. Integrated HD monitoring for easy plantar inspections. AI image tracking for wound monitoring. Telehealth capacity to connect with providers and family. Transmit images and vital signs daily. And it has an integrated weight scale. Awards and press recognitions I have received since last year: I won the National Infi Makers Award, MCA Proof of Concept Award, Houston Maker Fair Merit Award, received my patent in October last year. I came out in the Paso Inc., MIT News, Infosys Foundation USA blog, Minority Nurse magazine on the cover story, that's a nationwide magazine, and the global magazine, the Magpie magazine. And currently I'm been invited to present in the University of Pennsylvania case study for nurse innovators. Market adoption and industry demand. Uptake in consumer digital healthcare devices. FDA is encouraging AI in medicine. Rise in diabetes and obesity. And there's a huge industry push to contain costs associated with prevention and chronic care management. My business model: we will be concentrating with primary care providers, podiatrists, endocrinologists, vascular surgeons, infectious disease physicians. Our go-to will be retail pharmacy, e-commerce channels, senior living community centers. Our device will retail between $400 and $500, and our revenue streams include device sales, disposables, and telehealth services. Our competition in the retail sector has hydrotherapy, massaging, a platform that vibrates, and the retail price ranges between $199 and $699. And on the physician prescription only, includes the shockwave therapy and tissue grafting. Our competitive advantage aligns with market demands: preventive approach to a chronic condition, commercial, no prescription required, complements pharmacist diabetic care programs, direct home monitoring, patent technology, and our clinical founders have over 41 years of direct industry experience. Leadership team includes myself. I'm the patent owner. I have 23 years of nursing experience. Currently, I'm the clinical coordinator for the dialysis department at Las Palmas Medical Center. I oversee 2 units, and I do the policy writing. I'm also a certified nephrology nurse. Eduardo Holguin is my lead engineer, and he's a retired Navy veteran with a military occupation specialty in explosive ordnance disposal, and he has built all my prototypes. Rob Sanchez is my COO, and he has over 18 years in healthcare industry experience. His expertise is in the medical device and telehealth business development. Here are my key milestones. As you can see, since I was awarded my patent, I'm going to go through the system requirements, manufacturing, all the way down to the launching of the marketing campaigns. Our go-to-market cities are El Paso and Dallas, Texas. We will concentrate in industry trade shows with pre-sales and sales in 2019, regulatory clearance manufacturing, and here's our list of the key initiatives in business development. We're seeking raising $1 million in seed round funding. Here's a synapse of my presentation. Diabetes costs $327 billion. We will fall within the supply category, which the cost is $35.5 billion. There's an uptick in consumer digital device adoption. Market demands and mergers will drive cost containment. We will need clinical validation. We do have market validation. We have showcased the device in trade shows and maker fairs. And in New York alone, in 2 days, we received up to 60 orders. And it is a registered patent. And being a nurse, I'm a huge patient advocate, and I truly invented this device out of the necessity to alleviate the burden diabetics face. And in conclusion, my device is a need-driven innovation. Rather than inventing the technology, then searching for healthcare challenges it can be used to address, I have started from deeply understanding an important problem in the healthcare and designing the technology uniquely suited to solve it. I believe doctors and insurances are actually the gatekeepers and customers to whom we should be selling to. This device will not interfere with physician workflow. Instead, it will make it easier. The key is creating solutions that improve existing treatments and monitoring processes by making them faster, more accessible, and less expensive. And my device will do this. Thank you.
So we have a couple of minutes for Q&A if there are any questions from the panel.
You said you sold 50?
No, we received orders, 60 orders, but since we didn't have, we're not building the device, but people were asking us if we were selling them already.
Is that what
And-
the 50% of the 1 million is going to go to, product development?
Yes, and
And what's the overall valuation of the company?
the overall valuation would be, as of now, roughly 2 million, but I do have a net present value valuation that goes into more detail with that.
Ernie, have you talked to insurance companies about this product?
No, I have not, but I have spoken to experts in the medical device, Johnson & Johnson, and the manufacturing, also Johnson & Johnson. And the one for the medical device industry, she stated that, you know, in her field, she saw that maybe this device will go sell between $5,000 to $7,000. And right now, it costs $300 to make this prototype.
Because the reimbursement would come from an insurance company, typically, right, for
Yes.
most patients.
Reimbursement.
And so that's why I was asking if you talk to the insurance company, because they're going to be really the buyer of the product.
I haven't had a chance. I have reached out to them, but I'm still waiting for their returns and calls.
And the use of the proceeds for the $1 million that you want to raise would go where?
It would go into the development of the prototyping,
Prototyping.
and also getting into the FDA
Approval.
And you feel $100,000 is enough to get it to market? So your sales and marketing, you're gonna have about 10% of it that's gonna be of that $1 million, and do you think that'll be enough to get it out, or how'd you come up with that number?
Yeah, it's a estimate number. We're planning to reach out to the American Diabetes Association, go out to the symposiums that they have, the Amputation Coalition, and speaking to them through there, and also
Their
with
trade
patients.
shows?
Yes, and trade shows also.
Any kind of proof of this concept? I mean, so you have the one prototype that you created. Any kind of testing, or talk to me about who's been using it and the thoughts behind it?
There's something that I did find in the past. It's a similar concept that the VA has done some research and clinical trials on them, and it has shown positive outcomes. This was back in 2003.
With your device?
No.
With an analogous?
With a similar concept, which they would be taking the photos through a camera and having them talk to them over the phone.
The patent is issued on the technology to transmit the images, or because it wouldn't be on the drying piece of it, right?
Right, it's for the drying and also the image transmission.
All right. Thank you, Ernie.